Hello, everyone. Welcome to another season of League Zero. My name is Sai, and today I'm here with my amazing co-caster Joe Razor. And today we have a very exciting game to start off the intermediate division for League Zero Season 4, Capitalism versus Double Cap. Now, Joe, how do you feel about that?
Oh my, I'm so excited to be back. League Zero, we've had a couple months off, and we're getting ready into our first game of the intermediate division. Capitalism and Double Cap. Two teams that, on paper, look pretty good. Double Cap, of course, is a very stacked roster, right? You got Corey and Silvertoes on the support line, and then Frozen and Tanic as your DPS. That's pretty scary. And then on your bench as well, you have Zoom and Nico still. I mean, it's a team of like really good players. And then I kind of ignored their tank line, but like Pongo as like one of your tanks. I mean, it's a very good team. You look up the other side though, Capitalism. It's a good team though. Still, it's not quite as stacked. There's not as much name talent on it, but it doesn't mean that they're gonna be worse. This team has come into the season as a pretty good tank line, right? Nova and Remy. And then the rest of the team, it's not bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see them able to maybe pull off an upset today. I think Double Cap are favored in this match, but I would not be surprised if Capitalism are able to put up a good fight.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting something much rather close coming here because these two teams actually have a lot of bad blood boiling since last season. They were going back to back with each other, one team winning, another team, taking the win the next match. And then I just want to see that same type of energy, the same passion coming out to this season. The players have changed. We have a lot of new players and returning players from both sides, but still, I want to see that same energy coming in here. Today's match, open it up with a big bang, give us like a beautiful 5 game, series right here that we could all remember and going forward, just, see the potential of these two teams growing and going. Now, Joe, the meta recently has been all over the place. We're seeing a lot of different things coming up. We're seeing 6-man teams, double bubble, I've seen some double shield too here and there. So I'm really excited to see how these teams adapt in around each other and what compositions they come out with these, new players that are on the line. Maybe they'll get, do something exciting and something fresh that we haven't seen yet. So I'm super excited to see that. It's always nice to see teams playing something and then the opposing team kind of adapting to it and going on about it. It's always nice to see that. It really proves the mentality of a team and then how well they're prepared to adapt to anything.
Yeah, as small thing. If we see any double shield, I will cry. I hate double shield as a comp. But anyways, first map, control of course, and it's gonna be everybody's favorite map, Lijiang Tower. I talk about this every time I cast because teams are very boring. Lijiang Tower. I mean, you have the three very distinct points with three different compositions that can be played on it. You have your brawl map and control center. A bit more like kind of another brawl map, but you see a bit different tank line, and then maybe the Doomfist as well gets pulled out on Night Market. And then on Gardens, you have a kind of variation of compositions that can be ran. You can run the brawl, but it's a bit harder due to a lot of long sight lines. Ball Sigma is quite good, those poke comps. And then also a dive, kind of your like 6-man dive, or even a double bubble is still quite good. So it's three different points where you could see three different compositions. And the thing is, all three compositions could be mirror matches, which is something you don't tend to see on maps. But I'm excited to see what each team is opting to bring. As I mean, it feels good to be back in League Zero.
It really does. I think we pretty much casted all the games together. Me and Joe last season. It was phenomenal. So I'm definitely looking forward to this season. We have sized down a couple of our teams a little bit to make sure that we're giving all the teams that we have the utmost, all our attention and make sure that they are going forward, succeeding and becoming one of the best teams out of this league. So, I'm super excited to see. And I just want to touch back, Joe. I really like how you brought out the point that we might see a lot of compositions coming here. Night Market is one of those maps that are super super diverse talking about it. And I wouldn't be surprised if we going to, Guardian and see kind of like a brawl dive or like a poke brawl composition coming out. Echo, I've been seeing a lot of Echo Zen coming out with the brawl really helps out. I've seen, we have seen a good amount of Sombra and Reaper. That's actually super good if you play it right with properly with, Winston and Diva. So there's so much mix and matching to do right here. And, super excited to see how they play it. And talking about playing the game, we're getting into it right now. Maps loading up. And this is where we go in and look at all the teams, and their little ships. Some of them hitting the basketball trying to get it in, others just, getting ready to just brawl out as quickly as possible.
As we are getting into our first map here of the first game of the intermediate season. I keep saying first, but there's a couple other streams that are going on, so you can go catch those games.
Look, there. Look, we're the mainstream, okay? We're all as first, Joe. It's fine. No, love to all the other teams and other casters. But no, we're the mainstream right now. We get the spotlight. But other than that, look at the compositions coming out right now. You talked about, the Doomfist being a part of it, but not in, you talked about how Night Market is a Doomfist city, and Tannic B coming out, literally will be walking out with the Symmetra. Both sides, actually. We're going to see a fight for the point. Both teams will like to teleport to the point as quickly as possible and look for a pick, and that will really just dictate how this first fight goes.
Yeah, I think it really could here. So we're going to see mirror matchups, essentially, and they're going to go into the point quite quickly and clash over them. Doomfist looking for early picks, but all they're going to do is force out the Immortality fields. Point control, though, early on has gone the way of Double Cap, and they get an early pick there, and they're going to manage to follow up on it as well. Two-player advantage now, and they're going to run with that as Double Cap with a good start to this, good start to Night Market here as they will get the first capture.
Oh, wow. Pongo was having the time of his life. Getting that crucial Lucio pick with that Fire Strike not only gave his team the go on, winning this map and winning this, first point take. But look at Pongo right now. He has a Shatter built in when Nova only is about 62%. So we might be seeing a, cheeky Shatter coming out right here. They have to expect it.
Yeah, but speaking of expecting Amatrix up too early! Oh my, Pongo! He's absolutely chatting on them! Jumps past the Amp Matrix and from the side angle MTD's Nova. They can stagger the Baby Diva as long as they want. What a play there from the Double Cap main tank.
Wow, this could not have gone any better for Double Cap team right there. They even waited until Rocket used their window right there. Amplification Matrix was used, and then the Shatter came out. The ultimate was completely wasted, and now Silvertall has his own window to answer back to this next fight.
Yeah, they're looking for this teleporter because they're a bit afraid of it, but and it doesn't look like it's going to go through. Sim wall is thrown up, counter wall is up, so no real shots are going to be able to be delivered. Good Shatter, though, on the back as they jump past the sim wall. An attempt at a short pin for Pongo does not come out to fruition, but it's a 2-for-2 trade. Doomfist hold on to the point, does not result in much. The Diva Bomb is going to buy some good space and also takes down Frozen. So now you have the two-player advantage for the side of Double Cap, and they will continue to hold on to this point here. As this is they will flip the point, excuse me, as
that was a very expensive fight from the side of Double Cap right there. A lot of ultimates being invested from where we're seeing Kappatilism. I believe only 3 ults were invested right there. So coming in right there, Ender has a, his ultimate ready with that fist, and then we have Kataguri with the Diva Bomb. So it's going to be explosive.
Another really nice Shatter for Pongo, but no follow-up available here, as it's going to be... It's going to be Kappatilism or capitalizing, right? They come through, the Doomfist from Ender puts in a lot of work and draws out a lot of resources, and the rest of the team's able to capitalize. Yeah, it was not intentional, by the way. I just kind of said it and then realized it afterwards.
It was a good pull through anyways. But look at the ultimate economy right here. Kappatilism do look like they have a better chance of winning this next fight. So unless Katagiri gets a beautiful bomb just sneaking it past through Nova, I don't know how they'll be winning it.
Yeah, Shatter in the back is quite good from Nova. He really just did it to isolate the supporter line and comes up with 2 kills. And Diva Bomb to back doesn't find what they wanted, and so it's going to be a very quick and easy fight for Kappatilism.
Quick and easy fights indeed, but look at, Double Cap right now. They had to invest their Diva Bomb just to get something out of it, but it wasn't to no avail. Pongo almost has our, Earth Shatter ready, and Silvertail almost has their Amplification Matrix. So that's something you could definitely work with right here if you are Double Cap.
Let's see what they're able to pull off here. So they're going to try to re-engage on the point. Echo of Tanic B is taking this off angle. He's getting pressured up, but is able to fall back to the Mega. Doomfist gonna go on in. Symmetra, oh my word, I was gonna say the window comes up, but they may not need it, but the sound barrier is able to come through, and Nova in the backline finds two. Trying to turn this for his team, and he will do so successfully, so it looked rough for a moment, but the worries do not last, as it's Kappatilism taking Night Market.
Oh, you talked about seeing a potential upset from the side of, Kappatilism, even though Double Cap were the community favorite, and I think we get to really see it right here. Double Cap had a very good advantage starting that map. Night Market, they got into the point first. They got a beautiful, pick from Pongo, and from there it just looked like they were able to snowball. But the problem was that it seems like, whenever it comes to team fighting and just getting into the brawling aspect, in this case, Kappatilism just looked much stronger. They look like they're able to isolate and really run down the backline of, Double Cap and just kind of make the team, separate the team. And right here, we're seeing the same aspect coming out, but Tanic B and Frozen are on a totally different, different DPS. So I'm excited to see what they do right here.
Yeah, you have this shadow, kind of the shadow dive, shadow brawl comp, and then on the other side you have the Torb Reaper. So maybe this is a scrim thing, because this is kind of very good at countering this type of composition. But early point presence is given over to Double Cap, and they will wait. They will wait, and wait they shall. And the engage is going to come through, or like the control is going to come through, as they are essentially just sitting on their opposite sides of the pillar and having a mutual agreement not to push. It's quite comedic, honestly.
I mean, if you're looking at Kappatilism's team comp, it's all
just,
about
standing on their own side of this pillar.
Yeah. It's whoever gets the pick first, whoever builds the ultimate, and there it is.
You look, they're just gonna kite it. They're just gonna. Okay, there's an EMP though within 6. Frozen charges that up in record time and then decimates the opposition. Everybody's gonna drop. Can they keep Nova alive? No, they cannot. Coalescence to come through to try to close out what wasn't even fight at the time, and it does so successfully. Quite a funny fight there to start things off, but in the end, it's gonna be Double Cap capping.
Yeah, I mean, both teams played it quite smart right there. They know their limits. They understand their limits, especially Double Cap. They know they have a more of a, dive/brawl comp, and they have to kind of play around the deflects Reaper not getting caught and just wait it out, build the ultimates, and then go at it. And same thing in the other side, they have to wait until the other team, the opposition team, dives and then go.
Yeah, that's a very nice primal rage from Pongo. Molten Core to try to stop the aggression. Oh my, Nova pushes past the monkey and just drops the shatter. Finds 2 kills off the back of it. Pongo, not long for this world either, as he will drop down, and this will be a flip over into control there. That was a very nice fight taken from Kappatilism. It shows some of the weaknesses of these monkey comps.
Yeah, because the moment Pongo leaves the front line, it's over. Pretty much the back line is totally exposed, and you just seen what Nova did right there. Easy shatter, and from there, once the back line is gone, you could easily flip up a point. But look at how many ultimates we have on the board. 6 total, and if the EMP hits right, if Frozen could catch off at least 3-4 people, which he will do right now, this could be big. Oh no!
Yeah, he tries to hit the brick, not able to do so. And there's a death blossom in the back. It doesn't really find much value. They manage to find one good boop there onto Deflex as he tries to get a counter blossom. So fairly even fight, just a 1-player loss so far. And that was on the side of Kappatilism. It was Rocket now. The aggression comes through though from Double Cap and try to make sure they can win this fight with the player advantage, but 2 trades come through. Molten Core is there, but so is the sound barrier trying to keep everybody up. They need to try to find a pick if they want a chance at this fight. Ant Matrix thrown down. It's good enough to take down Tanic B, and they're looking for more, and they do so successfully. That's going to be Kappatilism holding on to the point.
a lot of resources burnt from the side of capitalism right there. A lot of ultimates used, and now we have a coalescent to answer back with. Remember, Tannic B and Frozen are able to build the ultimate quite easily. So if they are properly healed at the same time, they could easily take this down.
Yeah, it's going to be a coalescence to the back. Rolling on through pin, a lot of pressure out to the front line, and it resulted in opening onto JRG. The Shatter, though, is good. It does manage to find one player, but the kill is not going to come through. Now, Primal Rage in the back line puts a lot of pressure onto Nova, and then Nova falls, and this is looking like Double Cap will be able to return the fire.
Capitalism does have a lot of percentage on the point right here, 87 to 48. Now it all comes down to how well Double Cap really utilize their ultimate economy right here. They need to play it quite properly. Don't waste too much resources. Try to end this fight as quickly as possible. So you're not letting Capitalism get a chance. And look at this, Frozen is just hiding behind them. Oh no, he gets spotted.
Yeah, see, it's everybody except Rocket. But the Diva Bomb goes thin! They had to expend all their resources to try to survive to that Death Blossom. And what does that mean? Well, there's nothing to stop the bomb. Comes through and kills 3. And a one word chance here for Capitalism.
Now, I understand Tannic B using their Death Blossom right there. It was more of an insurance policy just in case the bomb didn't go through. But now, they don't have anything to answer back when Ender and JRG pushes back with their ultimate. We're looking at a molten core.
Yeah, it's going to be a coalescence soon for Silvertall, so they just need to play passive, try and build up the coal, then go aggressive. That looks like what they want to do, so 99, there it is. They have it online. Coalescence comes through. They're going to try to take some space with it, but there's the rally, and then the Ant Matrix immediately after. Diva Bomb in the back does not get anybody but the Blossom. The Diva Bomb forks them into the Blossom. That is such a nice setup there from Capitalism, as that will result in a fight win here at 99% though for Double Cap.
Yeah, 87 and building, they need to answer back very quickly right here. We might just see a desperation ball, but I think Bongo is staying on this monkey.
They're going to try to
Winston
jump through the window. He's going to get moved. Oh, it goes around the side. Okay.
Oh, 98.
Yeah, so they get the touch, which means they will trigger overtime. Oh, the Shatter is quite nice, but the EMP, it's going to hit everybody except Ender, essentially, and Ender's the one with the ultimate. Does decent work, but deflects is the first casualty as Corey will remove him from the fray. Tannic B in the backline trying to take down a support, but is forced to Wraith form to get on out. They lose their Diva, and then their Monkey as well. No tank line available for the side of Double Cap. Winnable now for Capitalism, and it's looking less and less so for Double Cap. The favorites coming into this match are looking like they will be knocked out of this opening map. And it's going to be Capitalism with a good start here as they take a 2-0 on Lijiang Tower.
Not a stomp at all. Definitely, it was a close match. We've seen some very strong plays coming out from Double Cap, but Capitalism just seemed to be a more well-rounded team at this point, especially at the brawling game. Every time it seems like Double Cap has a tactic or a way to go at Capitalism, they are always ready with the answer and a comeback. Also, I think ultimate management could have been better from Double Cap from certain times. We definitely saw that. We were talking about how there's 70% to 40%. Double Cap had to really optimally use their ultimate economy, and we just see them burn everything at one shot. So other than that, I think both teams look quite strong as the series progresses. We're going to see more and more coming out definitely today. Capitalism and Double Cap definitely bringing the energy that I talked about early from last season. They're going at it, Joe, like literally every single time. A lot of aggressive plays coming up from the tank. We've seen some very great stuff from Pongo and Nova at certain times too. So I think that's a big deal right here. I think how both composition, how the tanks are really going about it and leading their team really means a lot. But we do have Corey and JRG just popping off from time to time.
I mean, yeah, when your supports can do work, you can just kind of win fights. Yeah, but it's been a very close game so far, and I'm excited to see what they're able to do here. We move on, though, to our next map type, which is hybrid. Interested to see what they want to go with here. I think it's Kings Row, Eichenwald, and Hollywood. So a couple of maps there that they could go with. Thoughts on what they might pick?
I think we might see a Hollywood coming in here, especially because capitalism is more so, they want to brawl. Whenever you think of hybrid maps, you may. Oh, never mind. Looks like they picked King's Row. I was just about to say King's Row is also up on the plate, but the reason why I was saying you're talking about Hollywood, it is a great map, and I feel like Hollywood First Point definitely goes really well if you're into playing that Orisa double shield, or even set up a spam comp, or like more of a poke brawl comp. You could just sit up top, do that. But King's Row, on the other hand, it's very interesting because now you could set up so many different angles, especially with having the Torbjorn. I think King's Row is a perfect spot for setting up multiple angles using his turret. And we've seen some great stuff from Ender. Last game he was popping off on the Torbjorn, especially on Guardian. So I want to see how he plays around, and it's really going to come down how well double cap are at rotating. King's Row is all about how well you could rotate, how fast you could rotate, and what off angles you could take, even on a first point brawl, face to face brawl. If somebody is well aware and they could rotate and get an off angle, that just could really dictate how the fight goes from there.
Yeah, for sure. As we're still just waiting on the readies for us to get in here, but I'm excited though. Kings are.
I mean, it's been a while, Joe. It's been a while since we're back in. Not only on the mic. Now we're back on cams, which is I think it's a really good touch. It's super fun seeing League Zero evolve over time and get to the professional state it is right now. So it's been a journey.
Yeah, it has been. It's I was doing some it is quite fun. I do like the cams. I've been doing a lot of the GGNA stuff recently, and I think the cams always add a nice touch to it. So I like everything going on this season, and what I would like to see is them be ready, because they're like taking forever. Like, come on, I want to watch some Overwatch. At this point, it's just like no point. Why don't you just go watch the Overwatch League, man? They're taking forever. Come on.
Oh yeah, they're live right now.
I mean,
don't leave the stream.
Didn't the Vancouver Titans, didn't they get breadsticks today? I think they got an environmental kill on map 1. They got the breadsticks. They did it. They did. They got the breadsticks. They secured the bag, like literally the bag of breadsticks. It's
yeah. When you put your you put your hand over the cam, I thought you were gonna go with the back and pull out some breadsticks. I was like, oh my god, you're ready. Ready today.
I'm casting tomorrow. I'll bring some breadsticks tomorrow.
Okay, got you. There you go.
You guys can't hear Pendy, but he's our streamer, but he said he's in the pantry. The breadsticks are right behind him. Sadly, I do not have any.
Of course.
I got a lot of rice.
It's fine.
There's some diced tomatoes.
You know what we need to do? We need to
get some breadsticks.
We need to get some breadsticks, and every time a team wins, just hold them up and wave them.
I don't have breadsticks, but I have a bacon poster. I don't think stream can
that
see
works.
it. I think cabs are off. Okay, game. We're about to get in. We're gonna see the Makery brawl from both sides, because Frozen will swap off Widow after they go for pick, most likely. If they don't, I will be very shocked. Not even gonna go for pick. Waste of time.
Just go on the McCree.
Yep, going on to the McCree. We're gonna try to wrap around the pillar here. They're gonna do so successfully. Maywell doesn't get too much, but a lot of damage onto Remy. Good counter pin. Are they able to capitalize on it? No, they are not. A bit out of position is Ender, but just able to make it out with his life, however. So, it's all good. They just gotta start to rotate through this right side.
Yeah, so the Mei was kind of expected from both sides right here. Mei has been a very big part of a lot of these competitions they're playing. And look at this. Another great wall coming up, but no follow-up.
Oh,
there
great
has to be
pin.
some type of follow-up.
That's a very nice short pin there from Pongo. Secures the kill there onto Ender. Now there's an Ant Matrix. They need to try to kite back or push past it, but they were a bit too split to really make that decision. Tick gained. Shatter hits 2 players there. Manages to catch them out while Nova is not quite in position. So it's going to be double capping up first point.
I think the window was a good, retaliation chance right there, if they were able to get a pick. But I do want to mention Corey was literally behind Capitalism the entire time, booping people and just messing them up as much as possible. And I think if they were able to get that pick on Corey, if the focus fire was right there, they could have had a chance to turn it around. If you'd have been a 5v5 and you're just literally taking out a healer and a big utility of the team. But now look at the ultimate advantage Frozen is looking to put on the Deadeyes.
Yeah, Deadeye does come out. It doesn't really get a whole lot, and just puts him in a bad position there. So Pongo's able to finish him off, and they're going to continue to go aggressive into them there. And they get an opening, and they're going to come back to the cart, try to play this corner, and wait for the engage to come through.
Yeah, I think right now the key players to look out for are Tanic B. He has a, Glacial ready right here. This needs to be eaten.
Good pin! Doesn't hit it though. Beat now comes through for JRG. The shatter! Oh! It's massive! And it finds the frags. That's going to be Kappatilism stabilizing as Nova slaps the hammer down and gets the kills.
A beautiful coordination coming out there for Kappatilism. Ender was ready to freeze Pongo as quickly as possible, and the moment Pongo was frozen, Nova just pulled out the shatter. Not a lot of resources burnt, which I love to see. Keeping the ultimate economy almost equal. But right now, Double Cap will be coming back with a lot of ultimates. We're seeing a lot of check marks throughout the entire board.
Yeah, so it's going to be Matrixes from both sides that come through. Oh my, Frozen! What is that? He just absolutely decimates them. He kills 3. And well, he kills Kappatilism's hopes of holding on to second point.
Oh, that play right there from Frozen was literally through the crack. Like, it was a small little crack between the
I thought you were going to say it was
managed
ice cold from Frozen, and then you didn't say it.
You see, oh my god. You see, I need to get better at these calls. I just missed opportunities. But that was a beautiful play from Frozen right there.
Yeah, High Noon comes through. Buys a lot of space. You can see they're forced to cut it all the way back. But they're able to retake it fairly easily. Cart's going to start moving as well. Corners where they want to play. Diva Bomb goes into the back. Doesn't find any kills. It was an attempt at a bomb shatter. Just didn't quite work out how they wanted to. Pins being exchanged by each Reinhardt. It's going to be Pongo who comes out the loser. That's a very nice shatter as well from Nova to close out this fight. That's going to be Kappatilism. Getting a nice fight win.
Yeah, a lot of resources burnt again from this, both sides actually, but Kappatilism just comes out on the top right there. Beautiful coordination. I think the focus fire for Kappatilism has been a little bit more on point, compared to Double Cap. We're seeing a lot of, making sure Pongo gets burnt down before he could do anything. Look at this, another ultimate coming out from Frozen, almost right there.
Yeah, it's the Ant Matrixes for both sides. Mayos are used to block out some of the damage, but don't too much for too long. And they're just kind of standing there respecting each other's windows. They'll start to move the cart forward. Diva is trying to fight over the high ground. It's just kind of giving over to Double Cap, honestly. As Remy falls kind of low. Frozen with another High Noon. Remember, he had the 3k last time. This time he finds 1. Deflects with his own High Noon. And then finds 3! The shield pop from Pongo as soon as the High Noon got popped. And now this is a winnable fight. It's a 3-on-4 on point. Sound Barrier gets dropped out. Short Pin does not find any kills. Immortality Field forced out. The boop comes through from Corey, but they don't have the players to capitalize on these kills. The cart, yeah, it did look a bit dicey. 0.45 meters, but they managed to get to it in time.
Ooh, that was a sword wiping moment right there. Corey got left alone in the cart, and you definitely don't want a Lucio near a cart who could easily push in. But beautiful play coming out from both sides. I love the patience from Kappatilism right there, and the coordination again, breaking Pongo's shield. And look, Pongo's isolated again.
Oh, he gets actually frozen out of his shatter there, so he's not able to come through. Oh, he gets pinned out of it! I mean, okay, so both shatters get cancelled, essentially don't exist. And Matrixes from both sides. Blizzard in the backline for Ender. Gets taken down by Tanic B's right clicks, however, and Pongo is kind of feeding. Goes down, not able to keep him up, but they're finding the frags they still need. And they're looking to get a decent cap here. Can Nova get... Oh, the Maywall to keep Nova from touching! And that's going to be them cap... And that's going to be Double Cap capping with a minute 56.
almost 2 minutes on the time bank. I think that's a really good time to work with, especially on a map like King's Row. And again, good stuff from both teams. I'm loving the aggression. I'm loving all these, ultimate usage. Even though there's some questionable ones, a lot of the times it seems like, yeah, Pongo is playing a bit more aggressive compared to Nova, and sometimes getting punished by that. Maywall, we've seen how getting isolated right away and right before the third point corner and losing his shatter because of that. He got frozen. But other than that, the answer back was immaculate from the team. They were able to take care of everybody else right away. And it's very interesting to see both McCree's play. Deflex and Frozen both had their moments right there. I'm curious to see who gets the play of the game at this point. They both almost, I believe, pulled a 5K every single. Both times they got a beautiful good ultimate off. Now we're seeing pretty much the same composition right here. Nothing really to change. I was expecting the same thing, but I think a lot of this comes down to the May players, Joe. Titanic B and Ender are doing a great job of just isolating back and forward.
Yeah, and update on the breadsticks. They did not get the breadsticks.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Soon they will.
Soon, hopefully. It's going to be the mirror, though. Same comps we saw last round. They're to try to wrap around the pillar here. Kappatilism is actually, they're just going to go straight through main. Good Maywall, no kills off the back of it, however. Immortality Field is used to keep everybody alive for now. So, abilities, currently the more resources are available for Kappatilism, and that is why you have to see Double Cap give up the space. Pongo's shield goes down, and he's falling quite low. He tries to get a pin there, it's going to be a counter pin, and Pongo's going to end up dropping as they're able to keep Nova alive. So now, it's a player advantage pick, that 2-player advantage, Remy picks up 2. And it was just a very methodical fight there from Kappatilism.
Yeah, very slow, very methodical. I think, just make sure, go slow and steady. And look at this, Nova just coming out ahead by so much. Pongo only 40%. Nova already has a shatter at this point. So that will be a key thing to watch out for right here, especially when they play around this corner. But other than that, the first point was beautifully played by Kappatilism, taking it slow, like you said, Joe, and just going at, using the aggression from the side of Double Cab in their favor.
Yeah, Kappatilism gonna try to make this fight work. It's gonna be a Hanu comes out from Deflex to try to keep them from using their Ant Matrix, really. Has a decent amount of space. Ant Matrix, and then the shield gets dropped for Pongo, and Nova, well, he just drops the hammer, not kill, but hits 6 players, and well, they're all gonna end up falling in the end as it's Kappatilism continuing to move this cart forward.
Now that's some breaststicks move right there. Kappatilism, Kappatilism just really clapping back every chance they're getting right now, and Frozen and Deflex are just popping up, especially Deflect. With that, I have to talk about the Shatter. It was a risky play, but the fact that, for Nova, he had to hit that. If not, he would have been killed right there.
Yeah, well, he knew the Reinhardt shield was down, so it made it a bit less risky. Pongo, you're feeding. What was that pin? Alright, well, the ultimates are exchanged for both sides, decent amount, but it's fairly even, the ults that were used. I think it was honestly just a blizzard from both sides, if I remember correctly, and it's Kappatilism that wins. Nova does kind of a weird pin.
Yeah, again, I talked about how Pongo seems to be playing a bit more aggressive. His follow from his team is there, but not when you literally pin across the map. So really nothing you could do, but Pongo does have a shatter coming up here. This could be big if he actually managed to sneak it past them.
Yeah. Nova's and the rest of his team are going to hold this corner for now. Wait for this high new to come out. Decent Maywall shatter gets dropped, but there's a sound barrier to counter it. The Ant Matrix comes through, they try to fire strike through it, but they're still able to do so due to the defense matrix. Now the counter barrier from Corey is there to try to create a bit more aggression. Diva bomb into the backline, doesn't get anything. The counter bomb, nothing either. Now, good freeze there on Nova, and they manage to drop him. Corey gets traded, but I would much rather have lose my Lucio than my main tank. And that's, I would say, reflected in the kill feature. It's fairly even.
Yeah, now this is where Capitalism is their time to back off, cool off a little, come back with their the resources they have, which is not bad at all. Nova has a Earth Shatter ready, and Ender has a Glacial. So if they are able to freeze Pongo, drop that Earth Shatter, it's an easy win right here.
Yeah, it's a good Blizzard from Ender, but it's a high noon that ends up dropping him. Frozen find a lot of value with that ultimate that tends not to find too much value. Blizzard comes through, and it's very nice. Tanakby dominates with that. And it's the reset forces double cap with a good fight here. 3:45 left for Capital.
Yeah, the time banks are closing up almost to equal times right here if they could hold them back for another push or so. But it really looks like it just really is coming down to how long the tanks are surviving, if they're getting CC'd or not. The Divas and the Mei players are doing an absolutely phenomenal job of just keeping this pace going.
I mean, I don't know if the stream caught Froze's POV, but he just hit 5 headshots in a row on Remy and demeched him. I mean, that is kind of crazy. And the shatter! Oh, Pongo knocks them down. I was trying to think of like a funny rhyme I could do there, but all I could think is Pongo hits the bongo, but I didn't think that was too good. Maybe 40 plays Orisa later.
Yeah, probably, most likely. That'll be
that's gonna work. Hey.
That's gonna work perfectly. But it is sad that, yeah, it is sad that Rocket did have to burn their window right there, so that's a huge ultimate advantage lost, and especially against now you have to take kind of avoid Frozen's. The Mei wall comes out early.
Okay. I mean, Nova. I mean, like, well, that's just disgusting.
That was too fast. That was way too fast.
That's just disgusting. I mean, he said before this game, come watch me get main MTD'd. Well, he just MTD'd a time or two. Frozen, though, is going to make sure they don't lose this. What is he doing? He got a flank and has just killed 3 people. This is insanity. I can't keep up with it.
No, and look at this. They pretty much equalize the time bank now. Capitalism will have a lower time bank than double cap, and this is just amazing to see. This is where you really get to see a lot of these individual skills pop off. We're seeing some great stuff from Nova, Deflex and Frozen. Some amazing DPS players and tank players.
Yeah, they're forced to come back around the corner. Shatter gets dropped for Pongo. This time it does not hit anything. And Matrix thrown in. Nova is so low. And it's the Icicle from Tanakby that finishes him off. Good start there. They're going to just try to reset as quickly as possible.
If they have 3 ultimates, they could come back to this fight and kind of reset. Rocket has their amplification matrix ready. Nova almost close to Earth Shatter, so they could build it up pretty quickly. And Deflex is holding on to a High Noon, which most likely will be used for breaking LOS or even forcing them off of high ground possession. So this should be very interesting to watch.
High Noon doesn't get anything. Counter Noon. Deflex. Tries to find something. Oh, that's such a nice boop there. It puts Frozen in front of the shield there, so he ends up dropping. Oh, but the Diva Bomb into the back. They do not want to lose this here. Finds 2 kills in the reset as they stagger the Diva just a bit.
Yeah, this is just the last push right here. Everything has to connect. The Glacial from Ender needs to connect. The Rockets window needs to be very good right here, and not to mention Nova. If he could drop this beautiful shatter like he did before, this could work out.
I trick through the Matrix, and then Pongo with his hammer completely ends any hopes they have. And we're looking to be 1 apiece here. I don't know if the Titans game is going to go to 5 maps, but this one looks like it sure could. It's double cap taking King's Row here.
I mean, this was their map choice right here. We know the loser chooses the map, and they definitely shown that this is their territory. They did a very good job of just, it still looked quite close, but at the end they knew how to, hold off. And look at this play of the game right here. Beautiful shatter through the crack, and just like that, the entire team gone. It's like there's been a lot of, great shatters around the corner, around the, the walls, and it's just been really nice seeing. And we talked about how these teams have a lot of potential, a lot of players that know how to play the game and are well known for their individual skills, and it's really showing. It really comes down at the end of the day who could get away with the most dominant performance. And I think so far, I still think Capitalism and Double Cap are both strong teams. Capitalism did look a bit stronger to me in a lot of these moments that we've seen, especially the brawling moments. Capitalism seems like their focus fire has been on point, but they also, a lot of the times, their backline is getting caught by these random or random fire strikes from the side of double cap. Pongo usually throws out a fire strike where the window is up and then somebody in the backline gets caught. So I think if they could kind of deviate from being that luster and having that positioning mistake, I think they could definitely take the series. But double cap just shown us what they could do. A lot of aggression coming out from them. Frozen, Pongo, all of them.
Yeah, and a update on the most important thing other than this game, obviously, is the Vancouver Titans breadsticks, right? They need to win this map. They need to win Hanamura. And if we go to map 5, they get breadsticks.
That's
If
definitely.
this is only for people in Canada, I'm not in Canada, but I hope like French, British people can get their breadsticks. Quite important. Uh,
Yeah, but
yeah.
not
Map map
not as
pick.
important as this one.
Payload. Escort. I believe the maps are Route 66, Gibraltar, and Rialto. Um, Thoughts on what they might go with
you
here?
I mean, in this what from what I've seen, how aggressive double cap like to play. I would say Gibraltar would be a great pick for them. A lot of corner peeking from their LOS, breaking LOS and all that stuff. But it is the map pick for Capitalism, so I'm not really sure. I think they might just go with Route 66. Capitalism look like they're the team that like to close that gap, like to play methodically slow. But nope, they looks like they came back and picked Gibraltar. So they are actually, I'm excited to see what Capitalism does right here. And I talked about how usually Gibraltar goes in the favor of the more aggressive team, or like the teams that know how to quickly initiate an attack and quickly focus fire one person, eliminate them as quickly as possible, because there's so much high ground and so much small space. There's not a lot of long line of sights in Gibraltar's until you go to the third point. So it should be really interesting to see how they play the first couple of points. And looks like we're switching sides, and cap. I believe double cap will be defending first.
Yeah, yeah, they will be. Gibraltar is a very dive heavy map, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Winston Diva, Double Bubble. You kind of see the Widow comps on the attack and a bit on the defense. Like the Widow Tracer is quite good. So I'm interested to see what they opt to rock here. Still
I
waiting on the
mean,
readies, but yeah, I'm excited to see what each team thinks is their win condition here on this map.
I wouldn't be surprised if I see some Winston and Diva right here, especially with the Sombra. I think the Sombra pick has been quite good from the side of double cap, but there's a lot of times where Ender was playing that Torbjorn that makes the life of a Sombra player a bit more harder. You have to always think about the line of sight, also make sure you don't get spotted, because immediately you'll get targeted. So it really depends, but I wouldn't be surprised for seeing more dive Winston Diva comp with playing around with EMP and Death Blossom. But on the other side, Capitalism, they've shown us they know how to play anti dive. So I want to see that side too, how they actually go about it, whether they will fight for high ground, how will they actually encounter this very aggressive squad of double cap.
Yeah, I am interested to see. Like it's a lot of different play styles you can do on this map. Like you were kind of talking about, very aggressive play styles with your more traditional brawl. No Genji Sag. It's kind of your
No,
like.
though.
It's not even really 2016 brawl because you dive. Excuse me, because you kind of play the. Uh, it depends what you want to run. If you want to run the fast, like the Lucio the Diva Winston, excuse me, you kind of run the Lucio and then Liana, or sometimes the Moira, even the Lucio Moira. But then you could also run the double bubble with the Brigana and play very slow, build for Nano, and you can rotate your ults, right? And those are kind of the two main comps you see. You'll see a bit of Orisa, sadly, on the defense. I say sadly because I think teams that pick Orisa are trying to lose. I'm like convinced at this point. Don't play Orisa. Just don't do
I
it.
mean,
No. There's no good reason to play Orisa. She's bad. I'm convinced. I've thought this since like a year ago. And nobody ever... That's not quite true, because like Double Shield was like good for a bit. But like...
yeah,
everybody keeps telling me I'm wrong, and then I turn out to be right. Because those teams always lose. You cannot win with Double Shield. It's impossible.
yeah. I mean, if you're running Orisa, you have to have some really, really good rotation, like on-point rotation, where your other squad, the little other squad, has to be on rotation, perfectly positioned for a lot of those offline of sight or like flank sites where they could do a lot of poke damage and just kind of burn down a lot of things. Because if not, Orisa's shields get burned down very, very quickly. It could be like everybody looks at that shield, it will evaporate. So you have to make the most out of it. Also, on top of that, especially if you're playing Orisa against a Reinhardt comp or even a Winston comp, it could be very hard because your shields are so predictable. Once your shield is dropped, it's just easy dive right there. But looks like we do have a Orisa Sigma comp right here. I hope they play a little bit split, not all together. Usually teams tend to play just all together. It could be very dicey, especially if the early picks come out. If the double bubble composition know how to play it properly, they cycle things out. But looks like we have a double bubble composition with a good amount of poke, and on the other side we have a double shield.
Yeah, you switch over to Trace here, of course, that Symmetra was just teleport to the high ground. But yeah, you have to play clumped up here, honestly. Just with the Sigma poking from an off angle, because if you play with a bunch of off angles, you will just die against the double bubble. I mean, you will just die. So you have to try to play this more clumped up style and try to pressure out the monkey when he tries to engage there. And Nova's getting a decent amount of pressure, but the Ana rocket is enough to keep him up for now.
Yeah, the cart is still moving. They could drop down at this point and just kind of collapse, but I don't think they realize only 2 people are on the cart.
Yeah, you can kind of just put deflex on the cart, then they can't really kill him. I mean, it's quite hard to just completely kill that Tracer there. And it buys a lot of space, as like these comps play slow, but they work. And so you're able to take this space here. Look how much map control as they've just gained from doing essentially nothing. And then they forgot to heal Remy. There's a trade that comes through, however, it's 1-for-1, but losing your Zarya can be quite hard to recover. If they can heal up Nova, they can engage with this Nano boost, however.
Yeah, and if you're looking at ultimates across the board, we have an early Nano coming out right here. This could be huge for Nova.
Yeah, onto Nova. He's going to try to build up his Primal Rage with this. And is he going to pop it? Oh, he hasn't built it quite yet. Are they able to keep him up? Well, they get the kill on the Tanic, and you see Remy has also now swapped over onto the Diva. That comes through from Nova. Is going to pop the Primal Rage when he starts to fall low. Rotation has been forced out because Double Cap needs to try to move towards the cart there. The Flux is good, but 2 kills have already come through. It needs to find a multi-kill. They are able to trade out there with the D-Mech as well. So it's an even fight currently. Duplicate comes through onto a Winston, try to turn this fight here, but it is just him. Canopy needs to clutch up here. 1-on-3 has now duplicated the Winston, like I mentioned, and popped the Primal Rage. He's not able to find any kills with it. His Winston mechanics are not quite on point. You have some respawns come through, though, because it has stalled for quite a while. Oh, it gets eaten! Oh, they cap! The C9! Oh no! Double rally?
Really good right there.
Yeah, it's a clown fest right now. Double rally comes out, and like even though there's a player advantage right now for Double Cap, they need to give up the space because the spawn room's right there.
Yeah, that bomb was just unfortunate. I was hoping that we'd see a stick from Deflects like much earlier, but the bomb just sticks to the shield and it gets eaten right away. But other than that, they got the space they needed. They're still pushing the cart, so they have a lot of room to work with right here.
Yeah, there's an attempt at a play in the back, and And it doesn't do too much there. Nova's taking down the high ground, so it actually draws out a decent amount of resources. Attempted a poke here from Ender, trying to build up his duplicate that he used in the last fight. And Remy, out of the mech, gets taken down. So you just have to play slow with your tank.
Yeah, at this point, you just reset right here. Woo, Ender picking up a cheeky little kill right there. This could be, if they push properly, but yeah, right now they have to do a hard reset. We have, Nova has their, Primal. Nova could, really utilize the Primal to drop some people off the high ground and displace them, and his team needs to, kind of focus fire and go at it. If Kappatilism could really, really take advantage of this Nova's ultimate right now, they could make some very good progress.
Yeah, Nova tries to head over onto the high ground there. He gets booped off there, but as Primal Rage was able to jump back up, trying to take down the Sigma there, forces out the Immortality field and puts a lot of pressure onto Silvertals. They drops. Pulse on the backline doesn't result in anything, so not quite what they're looking for here. Good stickies as well under Rocket, so they're forced to reset. Here 2:15, however, still left.
Yeah, that is not the most ideal situation if you are Kappatilism right now, because you wasted two big resources into that fight and just literally gained nothing, not even pretty much an inch. And look at how many ultimates are on the board for double cap. And I think Deflex was doing a very good job playing that Tracer, but he just went a bit too far right there. Now these nanos and the Diva Bomb have to land for them to make any progress right here.
Yeah, Diva Bomb goes in the back. Nano boost as well into Nova as they manage to get a nice separate there. Oh, the Flux comes out, but he ends up dropping. That's so tragic. Duplicate as well comes through from Tag to try to make this a winnable fight, but they're losing all the other players. It's just the duplicated Winston and Frozen who was on this Tracer to try to win this fight. But like I said, they just don't have the players in Tag. Just needs to try to get out.
Yeah, that was a nice use of the bomb right there, separating the team, and then it's really just the follow-up that really came through. And another pick from Ender.
Yeah, a lot of ultimates exchange there, but it's the duplicate and the Ant Matrix that come up big as they're able to find the kills. They need more help for Frozen fights too. I mean, if this was in the Overwatch League, that's one tick for your breadstick bingo here. It's a 3-on point now as the D-Met comes through onto Remy, so it looks like they're going to be able to stabilize off the back of a huge pulse bomb from Frozen.
Oh no, Frozen went absolutely bonkers right there, getting the two crucial kills with the pulse bomb, eliminating Nova, a big part of the team for Kappatilism, and now they have to rush back. Only 30 seconds left, and Deflex needs to land this pulse bomb right here. This is his moment to shine. Deflect needs to get this stick, or else it doesn't really go through. We do have an ultimate coming out from Rennie, so we might see just a big Diva Bomb. Other than that, things need to happen right now. 16 seconds only.
I've come through into the high ground. Good accretion. Nova's going to be able to pop his Primal Ratio and push them quite far back. So created a temporary 4-on-6 point Diva Bomb. Finds one, and it forces them off the cart. And they're able to find a lot of other frags off the back of that as well. 4 players up, just 2 left on the cart. And they will manage to cap it. The storyline of the breadsticks has come to a close as well. Boston Uprising took map 4, so no breadsticks.
Oh no, that's not fun to hear. And now we
no
have other tragic news going on right here. Remy just ate a pulse bomb off the back of it, just like why not? And right here, this is just a play of line side. And look at these switches coming out from the side of, the side of Kappatilism. They're switching back to this now long line of sight poke composition, but I don't know if they will have enough time to build all these ultimates.
Yeah, Nano Boost comes through, kind of your ult rotation, gonna try to build the Primal Rage with that. Is taking a decent amount of damage though, so can't go too aggressive with it. Now there's the Flux. It hits all 6! That's a 6 with the Flux! I mean, that is domination. They will manage to win out the fight. They're most likely. Kill there does come through to Corey, so they want to try to push into this, but not able to do much. 30 seconds left.
Yeah, they need to do a hard reset as quickly as possible. Not the time to really just wander around because you have a lot of people dead from your teammate. And being honest, being that Nova is at 90%, I'm pretty sure they should be able to touch this and just extend the time, take it to overtime, and go from there. But look at Tanic B. He could just easily zone them off with this High Noon.
High Noon gets one. Nice start there. Primal Rage into the back, however. Resurrect is able to come through as well. Tanic B on the high ground, quite isolated. But it does not matter as they find the kills they need and get the hold there. 69 meters gained. Pretty nice there for Kappatilism. Double Cap's turn now on the attack.
Yeah, and to be honest, again, teams played really well. I think Kappatilism gave them a good run for their time right here, and a lot of the times I think it just really comes down to the DPS difference, as I'm seeing. Deflex and they're doing a beautiful job, but Frozen has been on a different dimension this entire game so far, landing some very crucial ultimates, some crucial, popping off when they need to, and just, really providing for their team when he's most needed. And, I really have to give it to that. But other than that, I'm really liking this tank and DPS matchup right here. Pongo and Nova going at it. It's just not, you don't really get to see it a lot when both teams go head to head this close. I mean, we talked about how the both, Double Cap and Kappatilism have been playing to each other. They had a lot of rivalry going on last season, so it's really nice and refreshing to see them come back this season with the same energy, the same aura, and just, give us the match we wanted to see.
Similar comps. Frozen looks like he wants to run the Widow, however, so their comps actually are not as similar as they once looked. Just at the Mercy Pocket for Tanic B. And Frozen gonna roll out Coast.
Should be very interesting, considering a Mercy Ana to a Brig Ana. Now, let's see how they play it out here. Brig should be able to, interesting that they're not playing up with Nova to kind of get a lot of stuns, but this is where the off angle Mercy boosted Echo comes in, just doing so much damage.
Yeah, they're gonna move forward onto the high ground there. Frozen's essentially uncontested there. And he's like not hitting the shots, but they have to be scared of him. It allows them to take the space. Double Cap push on forward, find 2 frags, and they will start to move the card as well, looking for any of these exits they can, but a good stabilization there to not lose any more players.
Yeah, some beautiful line of sight control coming out from Double Cap right there, using Frozen and Tanic B to their most, utmost potential. You covering a lot of line of sight and a lot of, poke from long distance, and oh my god,
Frozen.
Those picks coming out from Frozen. Beautiful.
Yeah, he finds 2 but gets taken down, and it's actually a exactly even fight. 3-3 here, but when you have this Brig with the rest of the team, you just are able to sustain for so much longer. Sleep Dart onto deflect. So they just failed to kill him. They're not too sure what happened, but yeah, it's a very, very strange scenes currently.
That deflects us another pulse bomb. Let's see if we can see a stick this time.
Yeah, the defense matrix comes, Nano Boost comes through in defense matrix as well. Ender doesn't get really much of anything there out of his High Noon, but switches over and takes down Tanic B. Well done there. Pongo is antied, but has the Primal Rage to stay alive. Sleep Dart came through, but is immediately woken up. Resurrect onto Tanic B, who is the only casualty so far of this fight. Pongo's gonna drop. And now they have the main take advantage right now. They want to try to push forward and find some kills, and they do so successfully. Frozen, not in the best of spots. It's going to be another fight win there for Kappa.
Yeah, beautiful, rotations coming on. I really like how on point in Kappatilism were right there. They were, able to just instantly turn on Pongo as soon as the dives came through. So that's what you like to see. But now, the more scarier part is we have a Graviton Surge on the board. And if Deflect could build up another ultimate, this could be huge. If he's able to get the off angles and just, build as much as percentage as possible.
Yeah, control room control is just given up for free, and then the duplicate as well from Tanic onto the Zarya. Nano Boost applied. Graviton Surge is quite large. the kills come through. Nova picks up a double kill as he builds close to his primal rage. Moving back onto the cart now as well. But Pongo, the other monkey, finds a double kill. Diva bomb onto the cart to try to find the remaining players of Kappatilism. But it's not needed though, because Double Cap managed to turn a fight where they started down 2.
Wow, what a turnaround from the double cap right there. You know, once we saw both of the healers kind of eliminated from the scene, it should have been a one fight from the side of Kappatilism, but they went just too far ahead, let Pongo and Tannic B just get too close to their own backline, and from there that's how they ended up losing. And look at how many ultimates they have right now. Double cap, you know, Kappatilism could really take a good advantage of this situation.
Yeah, good early pick there onto Frozen. Nano boost onto Pongo now. Tries to find something. High Noon comes through, and it finds one as well. Pongo did not find the frags or the kills with that nano boost that he needed, and it was just Kappatilism. Capitalized and found the kills needed.
Definitely have to give a lot of credit to Rocket right there. Landing that anti-nade on the backline just really enabled a lot of these picks to come through, and Nova was easily able to just drive through and get a lot of value. So good on their part. But now Pongo has a primal rage ready, and that's pretty much the only ultimate we're really looking from the side of Double Cap. So this should be very interesting. Rocket almost has a nano boost coming up.
Yeah, it sure does. Dive onto the high ground. Looped back is Ender. A lot of pressure, a lot of control just being contained there. But the Flex goes down. Panic. I believe that was a flashbang to remove him. There's Pongo
I believe from what we've seen earlier, his mouse died.
No, that was Pongo.
Oh,
no,
okay,
that was fine. He just didn't have jump, just not able to stay alive there. But you saw these players controlling a spaceship here, so never mind. Pop Primal Rage, you can boot them off, and does it okay job. They're trying to make this a winnable fight. Pulse Pump gets thrown in, however, and it doesn't find anything. It buys time for Ender to come up. Finds 2 kills there. Is looking for a third. Doesn't need to because his team has got his back. Flashbang fed the hammer. Signs of Somansu inside of his blood. Kappatilism, hold on.
Yeah, that was indeed looked close, but not close at all. You know, they definitely came through, and now they have a lot of, you know, again, 3 ultimates to answer back. Now, now the most interesting thing is this is the first time we have Deflex, Pulse Bomb, and Graviton Surge up at the same time. So I want to see if they could actually utilize this right now. If they get a big, you know, grab right here, this could be a huge stick.
Definitely could be here. They're gonna try to go into the side room. High Noon is online for Ender. Frozen goes into the mini on the spaceship. Nice dive, but the whip shot is there, and the grab, oh, it's absolutely massive. Gets them all stuck into there. High Noon to try to close this out. Finds one, and that's going to be more than enough here. Not a lot of time for Double Cap to do much. Kappatilism are looking good to go up 2-1 in the series where they were not favored to.
Yeah, right here, I don't think, you know, they might be able to get a touch. No, I don't think
the flashbang! Oh, they would have been able to get a touch there from the Lucio of Corey, but flashbang came through and just completely pants that idea. Nicely done there, so that's going to be Kappatilism going up 2-1.
Yeah, again, beautifully done from both teams, and just look at this peer pressure from the side of Frozen. I think this was, you know, we're talking about Stick coming through, getting that crucial kill, and a lot of the times, you know, we've seen some good stuff from Deflex too, but you know, it felt like a lot of the time Deflex was just not in the right position for a lot of things, because, and it's not really his fault. You know, majority of the times he's either getting pressured by Frozen or Tannic B. But, you know, I think if there was a lot of team effort to kind of keep that position going, I think that would be amazing. But other than that, beautifully played for both teams. You know, this series can still easily be a 5-map series in a double cap up by 2, but it was not a close game at all. You know, definitely fought, you know, tooth and nail for those 2 games. And other than that, I mean, And I'm loving what I'm seeing, Joe. Like it's a lot of diverse compositions, a lot of different movements. We've seen a Widow come out early, which did fantastic. Frozen was hitting a good, hit some crucial hit shots, and I like how they're playing around these different compositions and how they're playing around line of sight. You don't usually see that. It's usually just dive dive or poke poke. But I'm really liking what they're doing, controlling and just establishing a lot of map control.
Yeah, for sure. As next map type
I
is
think we have
gonna
a
be
paw. No, no.
assault. That's gonna be the map type there. There's only 3 maps you could choose from. There's 5 escort, 5 assault maps, excuse me, but Horizon Lunar Colony and Paris don't exist. So yeah, you got Anubis, Hanamura, and Volskaya as our 3 options. And interested to see what they want to go with here. All 3 maps, I think, could be reasonable picks there for double cap. I would be surprised, however, if they wanted to lean towards Volskaya. I feel like Anubis or Hanamura would be more likely.
Yeah, I think the way the teams are playing definitely more dive anti-dive situation where we're not seeing as like we've seen a good amount of brawl, but I think teams these two teams looked more alive when they are and playing that aggressive role, playing that dive poke composition. So I think Hanamura is a great choice right there. There's a lot of situations, a lot of rotations in that map, a lot of high ground, small spaces, easy to dive, easy to just rotate and just big brain your opponent if you do it fast enough. So I think Hanamura would be a beautiful map to watch out of both of these teams. I would not be surprised at all. But looks like they did go for Volskaya, Joe. They just want us to be wrong. That's it. We talked about how Volskaya is not gonna be the case, but they want to go there. And I'm in this case, it is a map pick for capitalism, and they did
That's a map
they did
pick
look.
for double cap.
Oh yeah, yes. I'm so sorry. Double cap, and then it's we've seen Frozen play the long line of sight, for a second there with the Widow. So I'm not sure if they're going to do something like that, but definitely could happen. It looked pretty well from double cap, so who knows. But other than that, Volskaya, I mean, it's it's a very different map. The first point, it's Volskaya is one of those map, and I always say this when I cast. It's like it could you could have a team with only like 30 seconds left, and they could completely finish the entire game.
Hey,
Get all 2 points if they wanted to. So you're really
that is
interested to
just
see how
2
this
CP.
goes.
That is just
Uh,
2 CP, my
I
man.
mean, I don't know, man.
Uh,
I feel like Volskaya is just like I don't know. It's something about Volskaya. I've seen a good amount of Hanamura too, but Volskaya is just it feels more special because like there's so much distance and there's so much clutchness in Volskaya, and it just feels like, oh, are they gonna make it? Are they not?
I mean,
I that's why I usually hold it dear to me.
yeah, I mean, one of the most clutch plays ever, right? I mean,
Hmm.
Profit 6K, right? Tracer on in those grand finals here, right? Clutch plays do
Uh,
happen on this map.
yeah. So
Yeah, so it will be double cap, I believe. Actually, we don't know whose sides are going to be. It's going to be swap, yeah. So it is double cap on the attack. I was right. Let's go. Capitalism on the defense. So swapping sides back to what they were for map 1 and map 2. Exciting scenes, though, here as we could see a map 5 in this first game of Inter.
we actually could, and I believe this will be if it does goes to map fight. It will be the first map fight. I don't know how the other. This is the first map 4 from what I'm hearing from Fendi, so this could
Yeah,
easily be the first map 5.
unless any
Definitely
of
excited to see that.
yeah, unless the other 2 games. Okay, so
Oh
we've
wow.
gotten the word. It's 2-3-0s in the other ones, and so yeah, it's not too good here. We're one of the only games surviving here. Currently, we also have the Mortal Wombats and Tenacity game. That's 2-0. So it's still a winnable game for Mortal Wombats. They're not quite out of it. But then the Thought Police versus Exodus. That's their name. Exodus. That one was a 3-0. And then, of course, the Pega Parrots versus MI6 was also a 3-0. So yeah, map 4. We did it. We didn't get some more 3 Overwatch.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about how these two teams will be close. Not saying one is better than the other or they're the best teams, but they are definitely close teams, and it's showing. They are playing very very competitively, very on par on a lot of situations. So it's always nice to see. And Tenacity is actually a very scary team to talk about. I'm excited to see how they do throughout the series. I want to see a couple of these teams play them and just see how they adapt, because it's always nice to see teams playing each other and getting used to it. And then when it comes to playoffs, or near there, that's when the real competition or strive. Teams really strive to get that position. So I'm super excited to see how that goes.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how the rest of this game and the rest of the season of League Zero unfolds. But we're heading in here. Teams wanted a GOATS match. We're not going to get the GOATS map. Instead, we're just going to see our good old 2-2-2. And maybe some ball Sigma poke. Maybe some dive. Who knows? We'll see what they want to run with.
I mean, I actually didn't mind Ghosts when the Ghost was thing. I don't know about you, Joe. I think casting Ghost was super fun.
Well, I didn't actually cast Goats. I didn't cast at the time, but that was the first season of Overwatch League I watched with Season 2, so I was kind of just like excited for Overwatch League, and then Goats was just kind of there anyways, I was really sad because I'm a big Justice fan, and the Justice were like the worst team that entire season, and then they were good stage 4, but that wasn't Goats. So.
Oh, I remember the GOATS era where NYXL would just pop off and then choke, like the ultimate choking team. And I'm from New York, so I'd been to multiple their watch parties and stuff like that. It would be super hype, and then yelling, breaking my voice, and then just for him to choke last game, it's just come on.
Yeah, I'm going to the Justice watch party next Friday. Should be fun. I'm excited.
Sounds like.
Oh, okay, game now. Defense.
Yeah.
Sig ball poke on the other side on the attack. It's going to be the shadow dive. Good comps. I like. Interested to see how they're going to interact, however.
Yeah, they're setting up for a dive right now. The hack, they just give away the position, but I think they were looking for a hack right there, especially on either the Brig or the Sigma, but didn't really go through. But it doesn't matter. The rotation comes through. They get the high gun possession. Oh my god.
Okay,
that is not a pick you want to see.
Okay, 2 taps. Silver tolls, and then does another headshot onto Pongo, and the Dynamite's there to finish him off. And Kappatilism, well, making it as easy as you like, holding on in a very convincing first fight.
Wow, double cap, that was just not, that's not something you want to see when you're trying to rotate right there. But beautiful shots coming out from Deflex, and now this just will delay this next push even more. They have to wait around. Mora just throwing out a couple of damage orbs just to see if they could build anything, but not getting too much out of it. And I do really like this Zen. I always like poke composition. It's always very nice to watch. It's the element of surprise, but I think Rocket and Deflex, if they just coordinate their Discord orbs in the shot, this should be very easy.
Yeah, the Flex actually got booped off there, but able to use the coach going to get up. And they're delayed rotation, but a nice shot there, take down Ori. So now they have an even fight. Pulse Bomb in the back takes out Pongo. All of a sudden, you have a fight that could go either way. Sombra in the back, try to church up EMP, and if Frozen can build this up, you can secure the fight. D-Max is going to come through. Dynamite as well. Flex has killed, I think, 16 people in this fight or something. I mean, it's absolutely insane how much work the Kappatilism DPS line is putting in. And now they're going to throw in the bomb to try to close it out. And then the headshot comes through, which allows Ender to finish it off. And Kappatilism's DPS of Ender and Deflex, I mean, they just clutched up that fight.
Wow, Ender winning that 2v1 right there inside that big mega health room was just a very big deal, because if he did lose, a lot of that point presence would have been gone, and they could have easily taken the point over here. But now look at this, Frozen has the EMP ready to go, and not a lot of ultimates from the side of Kappatilism. Oh no, this is not nice.
Yeah, and you lose your Sig. That is quite sad. Dynamite gets thrown into the back there. Panic B takes a lot of space, however. All goes in. EMP's good. It hits 3 players. Rocket caught, so not able to use the Transcend, try to keep him alive. A sliver of HP, and the Primal Rage is there to finish him off. Deflex is somehow just not getting pressured out here on the high ground, but they're losing too many players. I don't think they're going to be able to clutch it up this time. That's going to be double cap, looking like they will manage to cap this up.
Yeah, even though it was super close, 60 seconds, they managed to break that little bubble of, the safe zone, the safe bubble of capitalism. Just take it right there. And now this is all about momentum from here on. 2 CPs, all about momentum, how fast you can push, what can you gain. And now Tanic B has a, Death Blossom ready. So if the hack on Diva comes through, or in this case, it's not even, if the Sigma comes through the hack, and this will be huge.
Hey.
Oh, never mind.
I mean, Rocket just wins the game. Really nice kill there onto Frozen. Death Blossom's there, but you have the Flux to kind of move him out of position, and then the Immortality as well, but you don't have Immortality for Diva Bomb, so that results in the death of Rocket there. Pin comes through as they're able to kind of clutch up the situation as Ender is now swapped over to the Torb, poking it from the side. No players available now for double cap and reset. Force 255 left.
Very unfortunate that Frozen was taken out very early in that fight, but imagine that hack went through on Sigma right there. No Flux, easy breadsticks from the side of double cap using that Death Blossom. But looks like they are going for a more brawl comp right here, picking up the McCree, bringing back the Mei from Tanic B, where they're looking to separate people as quickly as possible and then get into that. And now both sides are playing that. Ender is also picking up the Mei. But look at this. The Flex has a
good Maywell there, and it results in the. Actually, does not result in the kill, because that was essentially a PO Death Blossom, and it results in 2 kills. The Flex absolutely popping off there, and then nobody really left to survive. Good fight there. It took quite a while, so now there's only 2 minutes left.
Yeah, this is definitely a moment where double cap I think needs to just sit back and reevaluate how they want to approach this right now. Pongo has a ultimate ready. If Tanic B could pull out a good wall right here, maybe block Nova's ultimate, there could be easy fireback shatter or a retaliation shatter right here.
Yeah, they're gonna try to go straight to the point. They'll do so successfully. Maywell's thrown in for both sides. No real value. Ice block force from Tanic B. Shatter gets blocked. Nova not letting him get the best of him. There's the Flux. Immortality is available, however. And now they're going to try to go aggressive. The Maywell actually blocked over Shatter. Nicely done there from Tanic, but the Gurgler gurgles them, spits them out, and kills 4. Nicely done. That's a very clean fight from Kappatilism. Only a minute left now.
Yeah, the flex from the Gurgler was absolutely beautiful. Catching 4 people, it was a very vital people, and had to force out the Immortality field. From there, it's just kind of easy. You break the Immortality field and go from there. Now, Frozen does have a ultimate, Deadeye, Tanic B is looking at a Glacier, but this is very dicey if you're double cap. You have to get a pick.
Oh, High Noon!
Oh, wow.
Oh, my days! Frozen kills 2, and the Tanic B on the back line on this Mei pick. They're going to try to make sure they can get the capture. Kappatilism want to try to get a recontest if possible. High Noon comes down, the Tank B's going to touch from the side. Deflex is able to kill 1. Diva Bob thrown onto the point, try to clear everything out, and does so successfully. 17 seconds. Big that they still have time on the clock.
Beautiful, beautiful coordination right there. Now, very big play from the side of Pongo, really pinning the opposing Reinhardt, Nova, getting his shield down, and just from there, Frozen gets a easy 2 kill from his High Noon. So good coordination from coming out from the team. Very beautiful play set up. The Tanic B's Glacial was I was a bit hesitant on that because they could have came back and just easily reconted. Oh boy, I can't even speak today. They come back to the point and just try to take it over, but that's where the glacial could have come in very handy. But other than that, they won the point. It's done. 17 seconds left on the clock. Done and dusted. Now they have to put down a very good defense right here. And looks like they are ready for blood because Tanic B is on that Reaper and Frozen is playing that Sombra again.
Yeah, so they started their they started their attack with this. They had to switch off some kind of fast, but they'll start with it here. See what they are able to do on the attack. We're going to see the ball stick poke. So this is also what they started off on. Two different ideas of how best to play this map.
It should be very interesting. Deflex, we saw some very crazy stuff coming out from the, when they were defending. Deflex was hitting a lot of those shots, just kind of coordinating with Discord. So I want to see how they do it right here. Mostly Deflex going to the high ground immediately, trying to look for an off angle. But I like, look at how Double Cap is playing right now. Very smart, not giving them too much line of sight, playing around the corner, because they have a Sombra, Frozen, who's giving them all the information of where the enemy team is. And now they'll go back and switch back most likely to a dive, poke, or brawl composition right here. Ender bringing out the Torbjorn.
Yeah, Torbjorn will be good to shut down this dive. And now they're going to try to play the high ground like this truck, and they'll do so successfully. There are a lot of poke damage able to come through, but no immediate kills. You're just going to... Each side just has a couple ults that they want to try to build up before they go for a hard engage. And if you're Kappatilism, you can just wait. No reason to try to get too fancy with it. Now they're starting to get pushed back, so Double Cap will have to kite. Tanic B falls quite low. He might die to turret, actually. He does not manage to stay alive. Wrapping around the right side now is Double Kappatilism. And then the dive comes through. They're split up, but no kills off the back, and it's just the DMAC.
Yeah, but look at this. A lot of damage being output from both sides, but the healing from Kappatilism is just too great, and now you have a window and a high ground advantage.
Yeah, and the Shatter as well. It does pitch to knock down Pongo, but I don't think they're going to be able to kill him. As Frozen, it looked like he wanted to go for the EMP, but he gets dropped. The center popping off. This man has just killed 4, and they get the first point. Kappatilism, nicely done.
Yeah, the rotation was beautifully done there. They played clumped up as they should. That's how you want to play the anti-dive composition right here. Brig being close to the tank, just do as much as damage, stun them. And from there, at that point, it was just kind of like, you have window, take the high ground, spam as much as damage possible. Look at how many ultimates Double Cap have. So if Frozen lands this big EMP, they might be able to pull it off, especially with Tanic B's Death Blossom.
Oh, but Corey drops. They're going to try to throw in the multi-core at the back, but it's the EMP! And then the Blossom as well from Tanic. The 2 DPS ultimates come up big in a fight that they were down 1 to start off on. Really nice recovery there for the defense.
Yeah, again, beautiful utilizations of the ultimate, and the rotation of the ultimate was perfect. Now you have 3 other players, including 2 of your support players having their ultimates ready. And I think Coalescence is a great ultimate to have, especially it's a beautiful disengage ultimate, and you can easily utilize that a lot of ways. But now, this push will really come down to how efficiently Nova could get close to them. And you just in case Deflex has a high noon zone.
Yeah, it doesn't really get much there. Pongo's caught out though, so that's a good start. Diva Bomb thrown in doesn't get much of anything. Frozen taking such dangerous angles, trying to get a pick. But the pick's gonna be Tanic B's death. Goes down there, 2 ticks gained. Sound Bearers, they try to get back onto the point. Diva Bomb thrown in. Doesn't get anything. And the remake though. Oh my, actually takes a JRG, but I don't think they have the remaining players to try to turn this here. Tanic needs to try to come up big. He's unable to do so. Another multi-core built up from Ender. Make sure that they can close out this fight. And they will do so successfully. Over 3 minutes more than Double Cap. I mean, that is an absolute dominant attack.
Yeah, and they're coming in with a time bank of 404. error found. It's a beautiful time bank, and it's a lot higher than what double cap are seeing or have in their bank. So it should be very interesting to see. Now this push has to be super fast. If anything, you have two pushes, that's about it. So double cap have to get a very decisive pick at the very beginning, or just rotate like how Capitalism were rotating at the beginning, of their attack. That rotation was beautiful. So if they could do that, that would be very interesting. And now look at this. We saw the Pharaoh hover for a little bit, so I'm pretty sure we're not going to see something like that, but we might. But other than that, Deflex is on that Ash, so he could definitely answer back to that Pharaoh. But look at this. We talked about quickly getting out of the spawn room, and we see in Symmetra immediately. So that's going to help them out quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they stay on the sim. Defense, though, once again, they're going to run this Balsig poke comp, quite potent in the current meta. And they're going to stay on the Symmetra, it appears. Okay, interested to see what Tanic wants to do. I wonder if they're just going to TP onto the high ground, then change. I mean, he failed to place the TP.
Oh, no, that's not good.
Pharah?
We do see a Pharah.
They're spending time swapping. I mean, they've just successfully wasted 15 seconds. Like 20 seconds of doing really nothing. Good job.
Yeah, you need to be. And now this push has to be a very good push, or else the moment something goes wrong, they need to reset. They don't have a lot of time. And look at this dive coming out.
Oh, what a TP from Tanic! Straight into Rocket's face, just completely egos him and then takes him out. And they find the other frags needed. And now they're able to go onto the point and find the kills they need, just the Tracer trying to stall.
Oh, yeah, they were so focused. Double cap. The Capitalism were just so focused on what Pongo will be jumping, and they completely forgot about Tanic B and their, and the beautiful TP placement right there, instantly popping one of their crucial support players. And now, they'll be having at least 30 seconds to work with. And this is where the clutch moment really comes down to. Not a lot of ultimates, definitely higher ultimate economy than the opposing team, Capitalism. So they need to make something happen right here.
Yeah, they need to make something successful. Tanic poking around the backside, and he gets taken down. Not the start they needed. Trying to close this out is Capitalism, trying to give themselves a good win condition for this map, for the series. Primal Rage is going to come out, trying to stall. They haven't found any other kills. And it's Rocket going off the side of the map. Diva Bomb available now as well. Doesn't get anything. Looking for a remake, it looked. Won't get it. Tanic has rejoined the fight now as well. The EMP hits 3 players, and they all got a drop. And this is looking absolutely phenomenal. Double cap start that one player. They're going to try to make this work here. They get the full capture here on Volskaya Industries.
1 minute and basically double cap right there, living up to their name. And a lot of credit has to go to Pongo right there for his placement of the second point, utilizing that jump, utilizing that Primal Rage beautifully, making sure that backline doesn't get any breathing room at all, keeping them on edge, not letting them heal anything, and eventually getting a kill on Rocket, which really allowed to open the floodgate for them to come in and just take that point, snatch it right under their nose. And this is now, if you are Capitalism, this shouldn't be a worrisome push for you right here. You have 4 minutes, literally 4 times the time, that your opposing team had to work with. So this should be a fairly easy push. They like to play slow. They like to play methodical. We'll most likely see another rotation coming here from the right side small killing room. So it should be really interesting. Expect that another time. But Tanic B pulling out this pharmacy. I'm really excited to see how they go about it, because Deflex and Ender are both playing characters that could easily drop them down.
Yeah, so Tanic on the Pharah. See what he's able to do there. And they're gonna stick somewhat interesting comp from Double Cap. I like it though. On the attack, however, it's gonna be the Torb Kree once again.
And it's all about high ground possession right here and rotation. So they need to kind of stop this rotation from going through. This is where Pharah will come in handy. This
Yeah,
boom right here.
They want to go for the same rotation they did on their last attack. But I mean, you just have the pharmacy that could just poke in so much damage here. And it just creates more than a few problems. Panic looking for a boop, does not find it. Dive comes through into the high ground pin. Doesn't find what it wants. As the, just kind of a lot of nothing happening right now. Just fighting over map control and buying time for one of your DPS to find picks. And they will do so successfully. Double cap with a very long fight, but they do get in the end. And so it draws out a lot of time from this Kappatilism timing.
Yeah, but the fight is still going on. This is where, I think the Pharah pick was very smart right here. Your opponent wants to rotate through that small bridge. It's a very good choke point right there. Everybody will be clumped. A lot of splash damage coming out from Pharmacy. And look at this. Tanikby already has an ultimate ready, so if they try to do the same rotation again, he could easily drop down and just press Q, and everything will die as long as, D.Va is not eating them.
Yeah, I mean, what a headshot from Frozen onto the Flex. Takes him out, and then the Nano Boost as well. As they push into this Atenic, you can't really go for this rotation safely. You have the Pharah just able to do so much poke damage, and they don't even need really any ults, just the D.Va Bombs, all that's used, and the Nano Boost, but you still have 4 ults for the next engage.
Yeah, at this point, Kappatilism are basically, throwing their backs at a wall. It literally, because when this rotation comes through, all they have to do is sandwich you, especially with Pharah being on the, one of the ends, and it's just so much more damage. Like you talked about, Tanikby didn't even use his ultimate right there. They're going for another rotation, but taking a different approach. Let's see how this turns out. Oh my god.
Okay. Okay, Tanik. I guess he just kills them all. And now you only have 1:30. From 4 minutes down to 1:30. Kappatilism need to make something big happen right now.
Yeah, and I really talked about it at the very beginning before we even started the game. I talked about how these two teams play a lot against each other. They, we know that they like to go head to head. They're close. When the situation all comes down to adaptability, how well you can adapt to your teams, and at this point Double Cap are doing a better job than Kappatilism. And look at this, Frozen has another ultimate. Bobs will get thrown out right here. Another rotation cut off.
Yeah, rotation silence.
Oh my.
And Tanik shutting down the opposition, takes down Rocket there, and they will continue try to pump in the damage. And I mean, Tanik's just playing ground Pharah at this point, but it does not matter. Now you only have 40 seconds to try to make anything happen.
Yeah, and there's just so much damage, and it's just, at this point, Kappatilism are just playing into Double Cap's favor, so they didn't even really get to build that much ult. All that time spent 4 minutes just to build 3 ults, and now these ults could easily be shut down or avoided if we're talking about. So now, the Gruler has to find this Pharah in the sky.
Oh, I mean, he barely. I don't know how that bomb didn't kill him. That bomb bought so much space though, and it bought them a couple of kills. The Shatter as well, High Noon coming out from Endos. They're trying to make a last minute grab at this, but Pogo finds 2. That's the Primal Rage as well. Tanik comes up, and they had the player advantage, but it does not matter. Double Cap are looking like they want to send us to a map 5.
Oh.
If we were the Vancouver Titans right now, they would be earning us some breadsticks. And it looks like they will do so successfully.
Yeah, this couple of touches will come out, but I don't think that will be enough right here. Hey, we're seeing opposing Pharah coming out from Ender, but I don't think this is a bit too late at this point. A lot of different touches being done, but this is about it. And we will be going to a map 5, just like we talked about our first map 5, Joe, and very excited to see these teams have been playing absolutely out of their mind, giving us a lot of different scenarios, a lot of versatilities, and I'm just loving what I'm seeing. And look at this, I believe this was the beautiful 4-man Flux, if I'm correct, but nope.
It's Gurgler
goes at it.
Yeah, I was just like gurgling, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, this was our first non-3-0 of the season in any division, and it's also our first map 5. So quite exciting there. But yeah, map 5, like I said, and now they need to try to make something happen. Capitalism or lose that map, but it's okay. They could still bring this back. They have one more map to do it. Like it's gonna be over onto the control once again. Not quite sure how maps work. I just don't remember honestly. But yeah, um, it'll be a control map, and the winner of this will take the series.
I mean, it's just been a great match to watch. We talked about every time these two teams play, it's a nice match. They always, take it to the very end. But other than that, it's I feel like it really comes down again, double capitalism just going at it. In being honest right now, from what I've seen so far, I think double cap might just have the edge on this fifth map coming here. They seemed like they were able to adapt a lot quicker. I talked about the Farah pick was ingenious, and capitalism were just kind of, ramming their heads against the wall over and over again, trying to do the same thing. So hopefully capitalism brings some jazz, brings some change right here coming to the next map, being Nepal. And Nepal is a very brawl centric heavy map. You could easily play a lot of brawl. You could play shadow, the shadow dive a little bit too with the Sombra and Reaper. So I'm excited to see what they do right here. Capitalism, I think they will be sticking to their Torbjorn and their Ash. They had a lot of success with it. Maybe will not have that much more success because not a lot of off angle to create, but it still could work out very well for double cap. Since we've seen the pharmacy, Tanic B was an absolute menace on that pharmacy early on. So this could we might see just a pharmacy coming out. Classic Nepal. Just go crazy with the farm. Farah do a lot of splash damage. So we never know, but so far both teams are hungry. Both teams are playing extremely aggressive. So I'm excited to see what
Yep.
comes up to this map 5.
Fun fact. So the flex support for Capitalism Rocket in the last 6 map 5 series he's played, he has lost all of them. So he currently has a 6 game map 5 losing streak. So yeah.
This might be the turnaround. This might just be the
can he
time.
stop it? Can he break the streak?
Single-handedly stop it, by the way.
Yeah, if they win, it'll only be
required.
because of Rocket. It's gonna lock the Zen. It's gonna throw out his orbs. Just kill him. It's gonna pull out some Jonak type stuff.
I mean, I'm ready to see Rocket. When he was playing Zen, I think he did a fantastic job. Especially Nova, Deflex was able to really utilize those Discord orbs at defense. We've seen some crazy shots coming out from him. But again, it just always feels like capitalism are at the beginning. They're really picking it up. They're going at it, and then double cap kind of slowly seep into the game and kind of take over. And it's just really depends on a lot of different situations. But I think if capitalism could keep up with double cap's pace and just go play that mouse and cat situation, just always go around and around, I think this will be a good match. Other than that, double cap seems to be kind of doing a lot of these risky or making these team decisions a lot faster than capitalism. We've seen a lot of punishes coming out for capitalism, which I do like, playing that reactive style, waiting for double cap to make a mistake or being waiting for Pongo to be out of position. But it's not always the best scenario. You have to sometimes make those plays. And Volsky, I really liked how Deflex and Ender were taking a lot of initiative. Rocket was being absolutely genius too. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. So if they keep this up, just take more initiative as a team and play a bit more aggressive and play around double cap, not just play what they think they want to play. I think they could definitely take the series. But look at this coming out, both teams pulling out the Sombra. They want to get not the Sombra, my apologies, Symmetra, and they want to get to the point as quickly as possible. But now we're looking at a very different composition here. We might just see a double main tank where here Nova. Oh no, never mind. I spoke too soon.
Yeah, so mirror comp's kind of what you expect here for this map. Both teams are going to want to go straight to the objective, and they will do so, meeting at a somewhat similar time. Getting there slightly earlier is double cap, however. so they will have the initial control of the point. That's so big in these sim Mei comps. Whoever can get to the point first, you tend to have an advantage in these early fights.
Of course, it's so hard to break in, especially when all the turrets are set up. And in this case, you know, Tanic B's wall was a huge factor.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they do get the first cap here, double cap do, and they're trying to find a couple of frags, and they're able to just hold on to the point and get the first kill there onto Nova. He goes down, and they're able to steamroll in and find the remaining players. That's a really nice start there for double cap.
Oh yeah, this start is absolutely, you know, dominant coming out from double cap right here. They already have 3 ultimates on board, 4th one, and you know, coming up. And it's just like now this will just get so much more harder and harder for Kappatilism to kind of retaliate back and take the possession, because you have Sim Ultimate, you have a Shatter for Pongo, and a Blizzard on the way from Tanic B. So they really have to kind of get a pin or something. But Nova, no! This is not what we like to see!
Yeah, Nova gets dropped there due to the Shatter, and the rest is soon to follow here. I mean, that's such a good fight.
Again, the ultimate rotation was perfectly done. Nova just got caught off. I think Tanic B's wall has been absolutely massive so far. Getting a lot of value for his team.
Yes, they're gonna throw symbols for both sides. Blizzard as well from one side. That's Ender's Blizzard, and it freezes up nearly everybody here. And it does end up allowing them to take down Pongo. They're going to look for a couple of follow-ups and do so successfully. Nicely done there as Deflect picks up a triple kill as Kappatilism flipped the point.
80-4, not bad. Still building up, and this still looks quite scary because Tanic B is still holding onto their freeze, their glacial, and if
it's such a bad stagger.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, what is?
Huh?
Okay, Pongo.
Very interesting.
LMAO is right. I don't know if stream could see chat, but yeah. Okay, well, they still can't go and do the fact that they're waiting on their diva. They will engage a bit earlier than the opposition is able to. The Matrix allows them to get the opening they want, as they're looking for a second and do so successfully, as this is going to be the fight going the way fairly easily of double cap.
Yeah, and I sound like a broken record right here, but another beautiful wall coming out from Tanic B, basically locking Nova in space, and they just couldn't do anything at that point. You know, what do you do now? 90% and charge building up, and they have 4 ultimates that Kappatilism have to go through.
What is that for Pongo? Okay, man. What a shatter from Nova! But they didn't touch? Wait, what? Oh no.
Oh no, that has to be a mental breaker right there. Like, you,
oh no,
so close yet so far. I mean, it was definitely yeah, the Kappatilism did seem strong, and oh my god, I'm liking the picks that are coming out from double cap right here. We talked about how fair we might see a pharmacy. So far, I'm not seeing a Mercy, the other half of pharmacy being picked, but Farah is on board. Sadly, I think that we're gonna just go back to Sim. But I see what I'm liking from these teams right now. Kappatilism, again, I think double caps are just much faster on these decision makings, these crucial points where Kappatilism are good, but they're kind of behind the, you know, the whole curve right here. But we do have a pharmacy on the line right now, a lot of spam rockets going out, and this will be a very interesting push to the point.
Yeah, Panic. Rocking the Pharah, saw us a bit earlier. And they're just gonna, I mean, this is so nice. There's 2 things you can do against the Pharah. Kill the Pharah, or kill the rest of the team. And they choose to kill the rest of the team. Very fast and aggressive onto the backline and get 2 openings, and that's more than enough to finish off this fight. Good start there by Kappatilism.
Yeah, beautiful rotation coming out. They said, you know, screw the point. It didn't even unlock yet. You know, speed boost in, Nova just easily claps the opposing Ana, and then just from there, it was just easy from right there. But now, look at Frozen. He does have a decent amount of ultimate ready. A lot of swaps came through. Tanic B going back to his Mei, and this will be another fight of brawl. Who could get the better wall?
Yeah, wall comes through. The counter wall is pretty good as well. Freeze comes through onto Nova, but he's able to stay up and find a kill there onto Corey. Now they move forward back onto the point. And Matrix comes through. And are they able to find any kills? I don't know. Shatter from Nova in a desperate attempt, but not able to get it as he dropped while shattering, actually. As this is looking good for Double Cap.
Yeah, beautiful retaliation for Double Cap. It almost looked like they were losing that point right after the shatter, but somehow Tanic B and Frozen just turned around. The damage output was just too much. And now we're looking at 3 ultimates from the side of Double Cap, where, Kappatilism are only walking in with, 2 close. And this will be interesting because Pongo almost has an Arc Shatter too. I want to see how they utilize and play around this team composition. They have to anticipate these ultimates right now.
Yeah, Noon and Ant Matrix there for Double Cap. No real picks. Does force on Immortality Field. However, Tank's about to have his Blizzard. Can they get the D-Mech onto Remy? Okay, he comes out of the mech, so he's just able to throw in the Blizzard there. It freezes him quite a lot, but there's a Sound Barrier keeping everybody alive, but it's not for long as Rocket and Deflex fall. This is looking like Double Cap are going to hold on and even up the percentage.
The percentage indeed, but it's going to go only up and up for Double Cap right here. We'll be hitting 55 by the time there's any type of answers from the side of Kappatilism, and looks like they're just, at this point, what do you even do? Remy's bomb was really well, but, I think the fire back from Tanic B was even better, placing that Glacial Orb so nobody from the backline could even move, and easy kills and cleanups from there. They're trying the same rotation again, Joe.
Yeah, they're trying the same rotation. And a Blizzard comes through. They're able to speed boost out of the Shatter. Does manage to just drop Ender, but the Immortality Field is there for now. Keep him up. Ant Matrix from both sides. High Noon doesn't get anything as Deflex is going to 2-tap him out of the server. Remy gets killed before he's able to find his mech back. And now there's a Noon coming out for Deflex. Tanic be in the back. Able to use his Ice Block to stay up, but that's only for a short period of time. Kappatilism trying to end Rocket's map 5 losing streak, and it doesn't look like they will be able to. Not a lot of options still left. It is still winnable, but it is going to be so much harder. Just the Lucio stalling. Remy on this ball gets shattered. Can he even get a touch? I do not think he will be able to. And Rocket will not win a map 5, and it will be Double Cap taking a very close to competitive series.
What a beautiful series so far we had. And, I talked about this is a amazing game to open up our Season 4 of League Zero Intermediate Division, and they definitely gave us the worth of our time. Amazing play coming out from both sides, and look at this beautiful, a very nice and tactical movement from the side of Kappatilism, understanding the Pharaoh pick, just playing so well, just going for it, just easily wiping the team out. But respect to both sides, very, very well done. And now, the big question, Joe, who do we want to interview right here? We do have to pick somebody, and I think, in my mind, it's just one person keeps popping up, and they have played absolutely fantastically.
Well, who is that? Because I was thinking of a couple of people. So you
want okay. You wanted me to go ahead. Okay,
yeah.
Fine.
I want to see who you were thinking, because I'm thinking of 2 people.
I was thinking of it has to be Frozen at this point. Okay,
that was one of them.
Yeah, absolutely on fire. The other person, I actually had 2 people too, but Pongo wouldn't have been in my the other person I was thinking.
Okay, we had the same 2. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can go with Frozen here, though. I think we can.
Let's go with Frozen.
Yeah, and give Frozen. I'm sure Double Cap will win more games. Now that I say that, they're never going to win any other games.
Caster Curse at its finest. But next time, Pongo, next time we'll get you. Okay, don't worry.
Yeah, Pongo.
We got you, brother.
We got you next time. As long as you don't get benched for Zoom. If you get benched for Zoom, I mean, that's pretty sad. I mean, Zoom's not too good, man.
Oh, wow. Shots being fired by by our fellow caster, Joe. But other than that, Pongo played a very good game. He had his moments. Yeah, I mean, everybody did.
It was just a great game of Overwatch overall.
Yeah,
there was sloppy parts, but overall, I think it was the teams knew what they wanted to do, and they executed successfully.
Yeah, the execution was definitely there. I think Double Cap had more precise and more consistent executions than Capitalism. But Capitalism also put up a great fight,
Hello, hello.
coming back and forth. Hello, Frozen.
No.
Oh, sad.
That's okay,
That's
right?
sad.
Oh.
Hi,
It's
Frozen.
okay. So,
Hi. I
Hi,
just won a game.
congrats on your win. Rio League Tournament of Kings Road champion Frozen here.
Yeah.
Congratulations on winning your opening match here at Intermediate. Just let me get your thoughts on the match. How are you feeling?
Okay, it was really, really suspicious, or like it was really, really fucking sus. Like the first like 2 maps, but then we figured it out, so it was all good.
All right, that's a
Yeah.
good answer. Um, just a question overall about the team. So, Double Cap, of course, you guys are rated quite highly by a lot of people in your preseason and a lot of people's preseason power rankings. In Capitalism, not so much. You guys after the game, of course, a lot of you guys were in the back chat. Were talking about how you guys think Capitalism were way better than people have been giving them credit for. Why do you think that is? Do you think it's like individuals that are coming up big? Do you think it's more of the team play? Is there any one thing that you could point to and be like, yes, this is why Capitalism look much better?
Well, one, it's whoever coached them. Yo, they were fucking nuts. All right, their like counter comp, that was so good. Like their rotations and shit. And then two, I feel like a lot of people just don't know who they are, like name wise. So that's why they got rated lower. But this is like definitely League Zero talent material. Like they're fucking nuts.
All right.
definitely a lot of methodical play from Capitalism. I mean, you guys played really well too, but it was a lot of aggression, just go at it. But Capitalism played really well. Now, I want to talk about what was, I think Volskaya was a very interesting map to watch. That was kind of like a clutch turning point. You guys had a very clutch moment right there. What was that? That feeling, that rush. What was? How did that Farah comp? How do you guys think about it? Like, just I know you guys saw them rotate. I know you guys saw them play clumped up, but that Farah, I think Farah composition on defense was very good, and also, just run us through what was the thought process of just right after that 1 minute clutch. Like, did you guys even think you could do it at that point when you guys saw 4 minutes and 4 seconds compared to 1 minute only?
I feel like even if we didn't cap the second point, like the previous round, like we were confident. We're like, okay, on defense, we need to play fucking far. Like far counters that come super hard, right? Because the issue with like 6-man into what they were running is that the Torb completely screws them, right? And then you know what screws Torb? Farah. So we just decided to play Farah and Tanic B, being the fucking talent on Farah. We just fucked them the entire round and held for 4 minutes. So that was that.
Yeah, I think for me at least, the Farah pick was a big highlight there. I talked about how adapting would be a great deal right here. You two, we talked about how Capitalism and double cap are pretty close when it comes to skill and individual talent. So I think adaptability was a big thing right there, and you guys did a great job just adapting and talking about what would counter what and just go with that. So really good job, on the game. I think we had a great time. I'm pretty sure the viewers had an absolutely fantastic time watching you guys play. It was just tooth and nail, super fun to watch, and I'm excited to cast more of you guys' game. Coming up in the future. I'm sure Joe is too, and really excited to see what you guys bring to the table. Other than that, thank you so much, Frozen, for joining us here. It was really a nice, pleasure to talk to you and get your insights on what he thinks. And now, just to clean it off, right? Top it off. What team are you guys really scared of right now? Because the other two games were 3-0s, man. So I want to know before you leave, what
Oh,
team are
the
you guys
three
looking
games.
forward
They
to
were all
playing the
three
most?
O's.
Oh, all three of them were 3-0s. So I want to hear your thoughts on what team you guys are looking forward to playing the most and who will be the most scariest team out of all of them.
Okay, low key, I thought Tenacity were just gonna have Rav fuck, like Ravioli, but like they played really well, or like that's what people have been telling me. Like,
I was gonna say, are you like watching while playing?
No. I don't know. I think that people were just expecting Rav to deadlift the team, and that's just clearly not true. I'm really excited to play Tenacity because I think that Squirrel Band and like their main tanks and their supports are incredibly fucking talented. So I'm excited to play them.
All right. One last thing. Anything you want to shout out? Any person? Any trash?
Shout out to my boys Under and Deflex. Like they fucking fucked. Like they were just absolutely matching me and Tanic. like 95% of the game. Like they played really well. So just shout out to our DPS counterparts there.
All right, Frozen. Tell Zoom Zashida for me, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
For having me.
All right. Thanks for joining us, Frozen. You can head out now. Go chill with your team. Provide Zoom the important information. Congratulations on the win.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.
And with that, that's going to be it for us here at League Zero. You can see my Twitter below me. Sai's Twitter. I don't know which side he's on, but like one of these sides, you can see his Twitter below him as well.
It's the one that is not Joe's.
The one that is not mine. Our streamer and observer for today's match was Pendy. Big shout out to him. He does a lot of the production stuff behind the scenes, makes all of this possible. And big shout out to all of you guys. We peaked at like 120 something viewers today, so it's a big thank you for stopping by. But that's going to be it for us here at League Zero, and we do hope to see you around.